Hey guys, thank you for joining me for another part of the Building of a Diorama series. If you haven't been following the series so far, please go back and watch the other 4 videos that I do have. Today I'm going to be marking out where the walls are actually going to sit on the floor here, cutting out and installing the magnets both on the floor and along the bottom of the walls here. And then I'm going to look into what I'm going to do for detail work on the inside of the walls here. I hope that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing so far. I enjoyed making these. I thought sharing this journey with you guys would be great. Please make sure you like, you share, you subscribe. If you have any questions, please fill them out in the comments below. But for right now, we're going to get into getting some more built on this diorama. And I'm going to start off by doing that inch border along the side. I have this really great measuring or ruler that gives me breakdown by inches, and it's 2 inches thick, so I can just lay it across and make the lines. A little quick piece of information about this diorama so far. So far, I've put almost 10 hours of work on this diorama, and that's just getting up to the point of installing the actual magnets itself. That's the designing blueprints that I did, getting the foam marked out, cutting the foam out, doing all the brickwork, cutting the windows out and the door out, and now getting to this. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy, and let's get this going. So guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm actually just tracing out the magnets onto the foam, so I know where I can take the knife and actually just score this out. I'm trying a different technique today. What I normally do is I cut it and then I go from the side and cut across, so I get one piece to pop out. The only problem about that is that's going to leave marks on either my inside or my outside walls when I go to install the magnets. So what I'm going to actually try doing is cutting the hole out and then just slowly dig out the actual foam piece. These are going to be glued in, so I'll make sure they're really glued in there when I do it, but it's something a little new that I'm trying with that. So I'm really hoping that that does work out. A lot of this is trial and error. A lot of times I kind of get an idea while I'm doing something, and I'm not sure if it'll actually work out or not with that. Sometimes I end up watching some YouTube videos where I find different ways of doing things that I've already been doing, such as installing magnets and stuff like that. Anyway guys, we'll get back to the time lapse. I'll try to get the rest of these figured out where I'm going to place them, and then we'll go from there. Guys, I wanted to give you a little bit more of a closer look of what I'm doing. I just made the point of my blade roughly a little longer than what the depth is for my magnets, and I've gone around and I've just scored the outsides that I traced, and then once I've scored them all, so I've done all 3 along here, you go in, or I go in, and I just make a cut across all of these. Doesn't matter where they are, they just kind of make it like a pizza shape. And then take this little thin stick and I just start prying at it. Sorry for the sound of the foam. Then as it starts to come out, I just keep working my way around the sides, and then I fit the magnet in to make sure that it fits right. If it's a little deep, that's fine, because when I put hot glue in it, it'll fill in that area, and then go from there. So yeah, as you can see, I already took out a pretty big chunk, and that's what I keep on doing. So I'm not going to bother you guys with the sound of the foam being scraped out of here any longer. I'm going to put you back on time lapse. Alright guys, as you can see, these lay pretty flat in there. When I put the hot glue in, I'll be able to squeeze it down. There'll be a little bit of runoff, which I'll just coat around the edges. That'll keep it from popping out with that. I'm going to save you guys the torture of watching me do the rest of these, and also watching me do the same process on the bottom here as well. It's exactly the same thing as what I've done with the other holes here, and all the magnets will sit in and be glued in just like this one. Alright guys, once we get that done, I'll come back with you and we'll talk about what I'm going to do about the detailing on the inside of these guys. Alright guys, I'm back. I finished up off screen the rest of the holes for the magnets. I'm just working on the last one here, and this is actually on the actual wall itself, because I'm going to be putting two magnets, one here and one here, and on the corresponding walls they'll have magnets as well, so that way they can stick together and not flop around. I'm just trying to make it sure that it's a nice even fit, and it looks like it's good. So the next step would be to go ahead and start hot gluing these guys in. I think I'm going to leave that to the next video. This one was quite a long time to get this done. It took me about 2.5 hours to get all of these cut out to the right depth and to the right measurements, so they all line up to each pieces. So for example, I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but these holes actually line up. So once I put the magnets in, they'll actually stick and they'll stay in one place. What I'm going to be doing with the inner walls is I'm going to do either 3 to 4 inches up. So 4 inches will be about here, 3 is about here. I'm going to do as if it was wood panel walls. And then the rest, I believe, I am going to put paper down on to make it look like wallpaper. I still have to figure out what length I want on these with that. Anyway guys, that's the end of this video. The next video will be gluing in the magnets and starting on the details on the inside. That one's more or less going to be pretty much a time-lapse video. So again guys, I hope that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing here. I'm trying to make this as knowledgeable as possible and as fun as possible for you. I've done a few dioramas, but each time I do one, I find a different way of doing something, and this definitely is a much easier way of doing it, especially if you actually use the blade of the knife to actually flip out the pieces that you cut out. So I'm pretty pleased with what's going on right now. Again, guys, if you like what I'm doing, please like, share, subscribe to my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.